The plight of the Indian woman struck a chord in the Prime Minister.
हम लोग का हालत बहुत तकलीफ है आपको
क्या करें तुम्हारे लिए कैसे मदद करें बताएं
आप तो जो कुछ करता है आप भी करता है जी
Well, the Indian woman has had a very raw deal. There's a lot of hypocrisy in our society. We elevate the woman in everything we say and write. But when it comes to actually doing, I think she gets a raw deal. She's underprivileged, she lacks opportunities, she lacks economic strength, and that leads to all sorts of social injustices in work, in the dowry system, in her whole life. And I feel that there are many disadvantaged classes in India, but the one group that is truly disadvantaged is the woman.
Rajiv Gandhi has proposed a constitutional amendment which would guarantee 30% of representation for women in elected local bodies.
We've produced a national prospective plan for women which looks at just about every problem that a woman can have. There's a lot to be done. We're going to do it.
Since October 31st, 1984, there have been no more quiet weekends with his Italian-born wife Sonia and children Rahul and Priyanka. When Rajiv was propelled into Prime Ministership, unwarned, the intensely shy and private Sonia was suddenly pitchforked into the position she would have least wanted, the target of national and international curiosity. Earlier, she used to enjoy her domestic anonymity, laugh more easily, but today, with her husband the #1 target on terrorist hit lists, heavily armed security dogging their footsteps, her home turned into a grim and forbidding fortress, her children unable to lead normal lives, Sonia withdrew even deeper into her shell and inevitably turned into an enigma.
Sonia is a very private person. She doesn't like the limelight, she doesn't like the publicity that political life has, and she just doesn't want to be involved in all that. She loves her family, she loves the family life, and I think she's fighting very hard to see that the family remains a family and doesn't weaken in any way because of, well, my being Prime Minister.
Although fluent in Hindi, only twice has she spoken publicly.
I'll say only 2 words. Jai Hind. मुझे इस पनडुब्बी का नाम भारतीय नौसेना पनडुब्बी शल्की रखने में बहुत प्रसन्नता हो रही है। ये पनडुब्बी तथा इसमें चलने वाले सदा भाग्यशाली हो।
Highly speculated about by the press and the classes, perhaps due to her insistence in maintaining her privacy, in denying the curious access to her quotes. And yet, the masses, the villagers, view her quite differently, as is apparent.
She's with me on almost all the tours where we go to the rural areas, where we visit the weakest sections, the poorest people. Well, she has a lot of dard for the people of India. And you can see it when she goes into the houses and talks to people. Sonia has also adapted very well to life in India, not just living, but she is in fact more Indian than many Indian women that one sees and meets. Not just the clothes she wears, which are always Indian, but even when it comes to customs and traditions, she's very Indian. I think she learnt it all from my mother. And in some things I think she knows even more than I do.
Both Reagan and Gorbachev have frankly admitted to discussing political problems with their wives. Does Rajiv do the same?
No, never. I haven't. She's not really interested because then she gets involved. And, well, we just decided that we would keep these things apart. I don't think she likes politics, but she gives me full support in my work, in what I am doing without being involved in it in any way. The only thing that she does do is she goes to Amethi, she looks after some of the eye camps and medical camps in Amethi. But not even the Amethi politics.
Despite domestic problems, many of which are endemic to a country as vast, populous and diverse as India, on the world stage too, Rajiv took initiatives on disarmament. His struggle against apartheid strengthened India's role as a leader and spokesman for the third world.
I sit on a man's back, choking him and making him carry me, and yet assure myself and others that I am very sorry for him and wish to lighten his load by all possible means, except by getting off his back. When will apartheid get off the black man's back? Every pressure must be applied. India has never wavered.